This crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place?
The taco place?
Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with the room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cards are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's.
Start collecting them today.
Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
Show up now.
Welcome to the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show from Bronco Nation News. Game time is approaching, and we're getting you ready with the latest pregame news, interviews, analysis, and more from BNN. Have a pregame score prediction or comment? Let us know in the ICCU YouTube chat, or leave us a message on the Signature Roofing voice box at speakpipe.com/BNN. The BNN pregame show is presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Lithia Ford of Boise is a proud sponsor of Boise State Athletics and proud to support our student athletes through exciting NIL partnerships. From the blue turf to wherever life takes you, Lithia Ford of Boise is here to get you there. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. The title sponsor of Bronco Nation News is RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. For all your painting needs, check out RowPaint.com. Now, let's head out and join five-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, for the Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show on Bronco Nation News.
How we doing, Bronco Nation? I think we are live finally here as we've gotten moved 3 corners of the stadium. The internet wasn't working, and now I think we're finally live, so apologize for the delays. How we doing, Bronco Nation? It's game day. It is hot. I've got my sweat towel here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay as we are getting set for Boise State and South Florida in the first game of the season. And the other problem is I can barely see my screen, so hopefully you can hear me okay. We're here. We're at the arena, and we got Jay Tuss to help us kick off the show. Jay Tuss, Bronco Studios. Nice enough to join us here, Jay. This ain't the KTVB setup. This ain't the Bronco Studios setup, but I think we're live for the time being, and we're going to have some football here in about 2 hours. How we doing?
I'm great, buddy. It's a little more complicated than it can look at times behind the scenes, but you pulled it off. Your live field side for Boise State's 2025 season opener. The offseason officially comes to an end today, BJ, and I couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah, I see over there kind of smickering a little bit because you probably don't miss what's going on right here trying to get set up for all this.
Hey, I'll be back in the fire one day,
yeah.
But for today, I'm good right here chatting with you.
Jay, there's actually it's hot, but it's actually a little bit of a breeze. It's actually not terrible.
It's been worse. Like Troy a few years ago, I think, was worse. This isn't terrible. I would assume if you stand on the sidelines for a couple hours, it's going to get to you, but it's not terrible. The breeze certainly is nice.
Breeze is nice, and the sweat towel is nice too. It is. I mean, these guys in full pads, we can say what we want about a little breeze. Their conditioning is certainly going to be put to the test today.
It will be, but I tell you, BJ, we've made this trip down south a number of times, and really with the exception of that UCF game in 2021, which had more than just weather, problems. But outside of that game, Boise State's really handled playing in the South well. The heat, the humidity, whether it be Georgia Southern. I mentioned the Troy game a few years ago, coming down to Florida to take on Florida State. I mean, when they come down to handle the heat and humidity, it's a huge storyline before the game, but during the game and after the game, it's almost never a storyline that affects Boise State. I actually kind of was laughing with somebody the other day as I was reflecting on that 2019 Florida State game. And don't you remember, it was actually Willie Taggart, the Florida State head coach, that after the game admitted, we didn't handle the heat and humidity very well. And it was like, you guys literally live in it and practice in it, and somehow Boise State was more prepared for it than they were, which is just kind of crazy to me. But we'll see. I think the Broncos are going to be ready to go today. I think that Spencer Danielson does a good enough job in his prep that they won't be surprised by anything they see today.
All right, so what was it like getting the police escort over to the stadium here? Jay Tuss riding over with the team. Is it quiet on the bus? Is it? What's the lowdown on the way over here? How far was the ride? Give us all the details.
Okay, I don't get to travel with the team coming to game day.
You weren't in one of the buses?
So I can't tell you that. No.
They make you Uber or something on
your
own, or what?
But I will say, going to practice and stuff yesterday, that was a whole new experience, the police escort. You move around pretty efficiently when you have that thing, and it was nice. It was good. But, yeah, just getting a kind of a peek behind the scenes on some of this stuff, BJ. And, one of the little moments that really stood out to me yesterday, practice is over. Everybody's dripping in sweat and dying. Spencer Danielson is in his trademark hoodie and black sweats, even down here. And he's the guy walking on the bus with a massive case of, Powerades to pass out to his players. He never breaks character. He is who he is, and he cares about his team. He always puts his players and coaches first, and it shows on a daily basis. Like I said, I'm excited about today, man, and I think there's like a weird quiet confidence to this one that they're going to be ready to go, BJ. That's my opinion, but I think there's a quiet confidence that gives me a lot of optimism about this game.
Now, what's your tip, Jay, in your 13, 14, 15 years of doing these shows on KTVB of making sure your laptop doesn't overheat? Because I'm slightly concerned at some point we're just going to go off here when this thing dies.
Yeah, you just pray. That's the trick of the trade.
I'm trying to get a little wind going under here, see if that helps. Maybe
that's a trick of the trade.
The problem is the table is even hotter, so I wasn't sure if I should set it here or what's the.
We're just going to go live here and just kind of. I think you take it off this because it could block your fan. So you want to be on something kind of hard.
Okay,
so I think that's something mesh could kind of get up under there. That's just me.
Okay, well, we'll give that a shot. I do have an umbrella, Jay, if you can just stand right there for the next hour and help me out.
And now if it goes out, you can actually officially blame me for it breaking. So
okay,
that's good.
But Bronco Studios, great show yesterday. You guys were live, 4 o'clock. Folks can go back and rewatch that. By the way, I am literally waiting at any point. The guy that I was almost in a fight with from South Florida to come back and tell me I have to move live on the air. We were 1 minute away from going on right at 3:30, and some guy says, you can't be here. You got to go to the other side of the stadium. And I didn't go exactly where he wanted me to, so I'm hoping this is actually the cheerleader warm-up spot. So I went on the other side of Channel 7.
So that out of the way.
So I'm on this side, so that Channel 7 will be the one that hopefully gets in trouble, not me. But so I am just letting you guys know at any point, this is similar to Johnny getting a parking ticket, live on the air. They may just come tell me you got to move, and we're going to be done. But we'll take our chances.
This is an NFL stadium. Even for us, like we had to have it's a pretty big traveling party for Boise State, so they had to make sure everybody's bags were even before we left the hotel. And NFL stadiums are a little bit different, BJ.
Yes.
It's kind of cool. I don't know why it didn't really truly hit me, but the same field that Tom Brady was dropping back and slinging passes on, Maddox Matt's going to do the same thing today,
Yeah. No,
that's a really cool feeling, I would have to say.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. And the pirate ship at this end, we can't really show that right now. Maybe in a minute we can have our cameraman, Mike Rains, turn the camera here, show the pirate ship and what's going on over there. But you've been here a couple of days. I mentioned your show yesterday, folks. When we're done, go back and watch Bronco Studios. Great show. You had some great interviews on there. I know Spencer Danielson, but Tell us kind of what the team's been going through the last couple of days. And I know Tony Dungy got to speak to the team, and they've gotten to kind of acclimate themselves with an outdoor practice. And what's kind of been, you guys got down here what? It looked like a big plane, by the way.
It was.
You get down here 8:30 on Tuesday night, and what's kind of been the last 36 hours like?
I think the thing about it to me is that the football team stays super focused and fairly secluded, in all honesty, BJ. I mean, they're on their own schedule. They do their own thing. They're very efficient, but there's not a whole lot of time where you just kind of just see them hanging out, to be honest with you. Coming down here was fun. You could feel the buzz, the energy. There's boosters on the plane, and it's a good time. The highlight so far, though, was Tony Dungy showing up and speaking to the team the other day. It's actually kind of cool. Like him and Spencer, I believe, Spencer said they had never actually met, but they've been in contact. And so Spencer reached out to him about a month ago, and it worked out where Tony could come speak to the team. Tony told me he wishes that he could have came to the game today, but he has obligations with NFL on NBC, and he actually had to fly out to interview a head coach today. It was the only day. He asked. It was the only day on the schedule that could actually work for said head coach, and so he unfortunately won't be here. But he's a big Spencer Danielson fan, man. Like he said, he really started paying attention to the program, and Spencer was named the head coach, and he really likes the culture, the attitude, all that stuff that Spencer's been able to build here, ever since taking over.
Now, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing that I was compared to you, but somebody says BJ Raines officially comparing Maddox Madsen to Tom Brady. No, that was Jay Tust.
That was me.
That was Jay Tust. All right, come on.
I mean, I said that he's going to play on the same field as Tom Brady.
Now, somebody was wanting to know what the weight room was like in the hotel.
You know what? I spent most of the day yesterday grinding away at my own show, so I didn't really kind of get out and experience some of that stuff, to be honest with you. And I'm sure it was fine though. I did get like a free bottle of water, which I'll take.
There you go. Latrell Capel's right here behind us. Jay warming up. What has your perspective? How has your perspective of a trip and a game day? You mentioned them being focused and stuff, but just seeing it from a different perspective now. As these guys are out here warming up, 90 minutes or so from kickoff, maybe almost 2 hours. I can't tell, right? Yeah, a little over 90 minutes from kickoff.
It almost has nothing to do with the actual players, to be honest with you. It has to do with like everybody else that comes down here. And like, for example, yesterday I woke up and, I went down to the lobby to get some coffee, and like the EQ staff, the equipment staff's already out the door to set up the practice field, all that stuff. I mean, Jeremiah always talks about how it takes a team, but like, and I know that we've seen this before, BJ, but there's something about just like seeing all of it work and connect together, that there's a lot of people that make this operation go very smooth. And I think the ultimate goal of everybody that is the support staff is to alleviate or relieve anything that would be a nuisance for any of these players, to prevent them from performing at their absolute best, free of mind on game day. And I think they do a phenomenal job doing it.
What are some of these? And why don't you go ahead and bring the camera up maybe, and let's just show some of these players here. Yeah. And we'll get out of the way here for a second and go ahead and
Gaines warming up.
Yeah,
I mean, like right behind.
That's good right there. That's good right there. That's good right there. We'll show some of these players warming up here. There's Sire Gaines, the running backs going through their drills right now. Jay, who do you think gets the first carry of the season here?
You know what? I literally have no idea, but I'm gonna go with Malik. BJ, I know that we've talked about him a lot during fall camp, but I think that by 6:30 tonight back in Boise, I think Malik Sherrod's going to be a household name. I think he's going to have a monster season. I think him and Sire Gaines are going to be an absolutely wonderful complement in the backfield together. I think those guys are going to have a really good season, and I think that Malik Sherrod is going to put on a show as well.
What about today? Are we getting the Jackson's Latrell Capels deal today? Is Latrell Capels going to find the end zone?
Absolutely, we're getting the Jackson's Latrell Capels deal today. I mean, I don't see there any other way the season's starting other than
he's got headphones on. He can't
on Monday. I know he can't hear us, but I think that this receiving core is going to go as Latrell goes, but also really as Chris Marshall goes. And I think that you've heard, whether it be Maddox Madsen or Nate Potter, Chris Marshall had a glowing review at the end of fall camp, and I think that if there's anybody can, really swing this offense, it might be Chris Marshall, just because I think he has a very unique ability. I think that he's earned the right to play, and I'm really eager to see what Chris Marshall can do this year. And today we start to find out, BJ.
Yeah, I'm super excited, man. And I know back in Boise, everyone's getting excited. This breeze, by the way, this breeze feels tremendous, by the way, Jay. And I got to tell you, Jay, I know you're going to play the company line here now, but I'm a little worried about this kicking game. The kicking game was not a big strength. There's a pretty good breeze right now coming in as well. You look up at the flags. I mean, the pole is shaking. There's a big test today for Colton Boomer, but I guess he's back in Florida. I don't know if he ever played in the stadium or not, but that's going to be a big key, and it could come down to a kick late today.
It very well could, and I think that the kicking game was so consistent these last few years that it's probably been taken for granted. But Colton Boomer won the kicking job, and it really seemed like the only hang-up there was the fact that he was injured for some of fall camp. And now that he's healthy, he's the starting kicker. And I think he's looking to probably kind of redeem the way that, his last season ended at UCF, where he ultimately, was the odd man out at, for the night. So I think that, you have a guy that's going to ready to embrace an opportunity, and I think he's got a big leg. I think that it'll be really fun to see him, take over a big role and see if he can handle the pressure, because Jonah Dalmas was phenomenal the last 4 years.
We only got you for another couple of minutes here, Jay, but what's a storyline or two you're looking forward to and seeing, for this season kind of start to unfold here today?
Honestly, BJ, I just kind of mentioned it. I can not wait to see if the Chris Marshall experience is ready. You know what I mean? Like, back on the first day of fall camp, you asked me what are he provides a big answer for this wide receiver group, and he probably also gives Boise State another dynamic playmaker that can provide this offense with some explosive plays. The explosive plays they're going to miss because they no longer have Ashton Genty on the roster.
Shout out Mike Raines running the camp. Turn a little more towards Jay here. So we got Cody Goggler coming on in a second. Jay, any final thoughts on the season here before we let you go, man?
No, it's been an awesome trip, a phenomenal operation. Cody Goggler and Jeremiah Dickey lead the charge. We just follow them, and it's been a lot of fun. We begin a 3-month journey that we can only hope lasts 4 months and ends somewhere after the new year. And we start to figure out the storylines today, BJ.
Well, I hope you can hear us okay, see us okay. I think you can. But, Jay, appreciate you coming on, man. Enjoy your first game as part of the Bronco Studios team. And we'll be back
on
in
Monday.
30 seconds with Cody Goggler.
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
Back live here on the Lithia Florida Boise Bronco Nation News pregame show. Cody Goggler, I was trying to think during the commercial your exact title. I don't know. It's senior deputy athletic director, Bronco Pro. Man, it's a little hot, but you know what? There's a breeze, and it's game day, so, I mean, no one really cares. It's a beautiful day for football, man. How you doing?
Good, man. BJ, we appreciate you being here. It was fun watching you and Jay do the previous segment, and it's always great. It's my favorite day of the year, first football game of the season, and it's great to be down here in Tampa. I think we're acclimated to the weather, and we've done that. So really excited to see these guys. The roster preparation over the past 6+ months, it's going to be cool to see them out here in action tonight.
You see all these 6 a.m. workouts. You see what goes into this thing from January until today. To finally see them out here, I guess not in pads yet, but finally be a game day for everything that goes into this for Spencer and this team. Just how excited are you and is this department and this school, I guess, just to finally get this thing going?
It's great. It's great to turn the page. Last year was, such an epic season for all of us in Bronco Nation. We're so grateful we got to go through that experience. You hear us talk a lot about process, and then that process leads to outcomes. And so it's been really neat to just watch this group turn the page way back in the winter and get back to work. And think about our program, our identity, the blue-collar mentality. I've seen that displayed and illustrated time and time again since January. And so the guys are ready. They're healthy. The prep is done. It's just time to roll it out there and let it loose tonight.
A lot of positive momentum continuing in the athletic department. I know you guys got a lot of things going. We saw the season ticket update. I know you guys are pushing for that. You still got another week. Obviously, a win tonight would probably help with that. But you guys are, pushing to. You guys keep calling yourselves bar raisers and all this. And but I mean, in terms of the season ticket sales, you're approaching some record levels here. And I know JD wanted 23,000, and you guys are inching closer to that.
It's been awesome, man. It just goes back to our team and all the work our external pod does, and that we talk about it every year. That work begins in January, and this is a 12-month-a-year operation, and to be hovering right around that 21,000 season ticket mark. Obviously, we lost some seats this year due to the north end zone, so the demand is at a premium right now. We're almost at a sellout for next Friday, and we fully expect to sell out every single game this year, which will be really, really neat to see for 2 years in a row. Last week we saw the Blue be named the #1 sports attraction in the United States by USA Today for the 3rd straight year. We're so fortunate to be in Idaho, be at Boise State, be the front porch, not only for the institution, but for the state of Idaho. And this logo that we wear on our chest, man, we know what it represents. It represents something so much greater than ourselves. And we don't take it for granted, the great work that we get to do every day as members of Boise State University.
Well, I got to tell you, we did our show last week from the new Blue and Orange store there at the Hall of Fame. And, I've been saying it for years, but if someone can now come in from whatever state, whatever country, and buy a shirt that says, "I saw the Blue." I mean, to have merchandise for the Blue and to have all that, and the way you can get the custom jerseys made right there while you're waiting. I mean, shout out Travis Oxen Company, one of our sponsors too, and I'm glad you guys were able to kind of get that. I know he was telling us there's going to be kiosks all around the stadium, even one out by like University, in the tailgating area. I mean, I know you guys have some exciting plans for the merchandise, every day with the Hall of Fame one, but also on game day.
Yeah, just a shout out, man, to the Blue and Orange store. I mean, that whole operation is elite. Not only do they do it here in the Valley, they do it at the professional level. They do it up in Seattle. And these guys know what they're doing. Travis and David are so good to Boise State. Brandon has been unbelievable in how we've built out the Hall of Fame. And I think our fans are going to really see an increased and elevated experience on game day with how we offer gear. You talked about the jersey sales and the replica jerseys that we can do with custom nameplates on the back. We're so excited to share that with everybody next Friday, man. I can't believe we're going to do this in Boise next Friday already.
I know we saw you had the horse out there testing. I mean, you guys were testing. You don't leave any stone unturned in terms of being ready for next week.
Got to be ready. We're going to get back late tonight, and tomorrow night we'll turn the lights on and go through all of our light shows and make sure all the video boards are where they need to be. And it just, man, we have a team. I texted our external leadership team, and I counted how many people. It's 28 people within our athletics department that all they do for the next 6 months, on top of their other responsibilities, is make sure that football and our fan experience and how we tell our story around the culture of Boise State football is at an elite level. And so I'm just such a small part of that. And you hear Jeremiah talk about it. We can't do anything without our collective team. And that's how we're making this thing happen.
You got the Bronco Pro shirt on. Tell us what's going on with Bronco Pro, because I know that's obviously been a big thing that you guys are focused on. You guys have been at the forefront of all of this from the start. I know you guys are excited about what you got going on there.
Yeah, knowing the House settlement was eventually going to pass, we began working on what our plan would be almost 2 years ago to the day. And grateful that Jeremiah gave our leadership team the opportunity to bring forward multiple recommendations on how we would build this at Boise State. Mike Walsh and Joe Nickel and Sidney Bruner, going back to 2021, built the Boise State NIL program, and it's one of the best NIL programs in the country. And so we wanted to refresh that, give our athletes something that that they would recognize and feel like they could be a part of. And we're so proud to report that in this new era of revenue sharing, every single student athlete at Boise State through Bronco Pro has received the opportunity to sign a licensing agreement. It's certainly a part of our retention plan and our recruiting plan. You got to have it. That's how this ball is moving down the field in college athletics. And so it's been a new experience for me. And when I see these guys run out today, it gives me a different level of appreciation for their parents, their agents, themselves, our coaches. How you build a roster in college athletics right now is so intriguing. And I hope Bronco Nation realizes how special this group is. They've been wonderful to work with, and can't wait to see them shine tonight.
I do get emotional when you speak, but I'm just sweating right now. I'm not crying. But now tell us about we've seen so many new Lyle Smith Society members getting announced in the last couple of weeks. I know you guys are pushing forward with that. But I know how does the Bronco Pro play into with the revenue in terms of gifts folks give? And I know you still technically have like Joe Nickel and the Horseshoe Collective, correct? I mean, how does all this kind of play together here?
Quick little educational session on Bronco Pro. All Division I schools have the ability to opt in to revenue sharing. Obviously, we've done that, and we can enter into licensing agreements with our athletes up to $20.5 million a year beginning this year. And so those are new expense line items for us on our balance sheet, and something that we take very seriously. We've been very competitive in the market on what our budget is this year. And so if you remember, Spencer rolled out the Built Different program this past spring, which is an initiative for local companies and donors to support the bucket that we pull from to compensate our athletes. And that was a very successful campaign, raised about $1 million. And our goal is to not just, enjoy today's game and all the players that have been signed, and we're already preparing for what's next. We know that in the next 60 days, we've got to have a really good plan in place for next year. And that process is obviously well underway. So really grateful for our team. And it just goes back to, the culture that Spencer set. It's not all about money, but that's a part of who we are now. And so that's going to be a part of our equation. And we can't wait to see what this looks like for us as we head into year 2.
Cody Goggler, our guest for a couple more minutes. So the deputy athletics, senior athletics director, Bronco Pro. I don't know, but everybody knows.
So
everybody.
Deputy AD, External Affairs.
External Affairs,
and
okay.
Bronco Pro Chief Administrative Officer.
Appreciate there you go.
I'm so uncomfortable talking about that, but
certified badass. Let's just go with that.
Well, we got Chris Coots, and we brought on Jay, and for me to be able to do the Bronco Pro job is a dream come true. We grow up and we watch NFL, we watch NBA, we watch MLB, and you watch Hard Knocks, and you watch how rosters are built. That's not really been a part of the DNA and the fabric of college athletics. So for Jeremiah to allow me the opportunity to be a part of a team of 10 plus people, finding a way forward and retaining our athletes here at Boise State, man, I'm really grateful. I've learned so much and have so much appreciation for what really goes into building a roster each year.
And I know you mentioned the home opener, almost a sellout. I know you guys have been on, you guys smartly did the food tasting for the media when I was out of town, but what I know you guys have been kind of letting some stuff kind of come out. I think is the Blue Chaos flag going to be tied to the crane now, I think, or something, but what can I know there's more announcements coming this week, but in terms of the game day atmosphere, I know everyone's focused on this game today, but what else can fans be excited about next Friday?
Man, it's just so hard to believe that we're a week out, and we rolled out. We teased a little bit what our concession lineup will look like this upcoming year, whether that be in the Stickle Sky Center or in the General Seating Bowl. The Blue Chaos flag will more than likely be tied to the big crane. That crane's going to be there. It's got to be there. We're not done swinging stuff. And so that will be a new experience. We still will have a Blue Chaos flag unveiled. And I believe we've got a neat announcement on who that person will be coming soon. So I can't believe that here in 1 week we're going to be doing a blue and orange stripe out, playing a home football game, and it's just a testament to our team and their preparation. We understand that the experience in Albertson Stadium is something that not only Treasure Valley residents but Idahoans, that how much you love coming and watching our Broncos play and how important that is to your families. And so it's an honor to spend 12 months every single year finding that right fit and that right experience, adjusting it, modifying it so that when your family comes to a game, you can get in efficiently. You've got a great opportunity to get affordable concessions and then just have one heck of a time creating Blue Chaos, man. I'm so pumped up.
Well, final thing for you, Cody, and I really am praying that my laptop doesn't overheat here. This could be
It's looking good so far.
Hey, we can
still see ourselves.
I brought the Starlink internet down from Boise. I got the new table this year. I'm trying to step up my game a little bit. Now that you guys have your Bronco studios, I gotta up my game a little bit too. I haven't got some help on the camera side here. But final thing, Cody, just like I said, kind of wrapping it up where we started, but just this season, huge expectations coming off the playoff last year. I mean, it's crazy. You lose Ashton Genty and Ahmed Hassan, all these guys, and a lot of people are expecting the team to be better this year. I mean, just big picture-wise, to have Boise State back in the picture, to be on ESPN today for the first 30 minutes, the only game in America going on, and just in the prime time on ESPN tonight, just this opportunity to get off on the right foot tonight. I mean, this has to be a exciting night for you in this whole program.
It's awesome for the university. It's awesome for the state of Idaho. This is a huge brand moment for us. This team we're about to play tonight, BJ, is legit. and our guys know it. They've been preparing for it for quite some time. You know, there's obviously a lot that we can point back to and look at last year. Who's not on our team anymore? How special was that season? Can it ever be done again? And, you know, I think our staff has done such a great job with our players on reminding them that, guys, your comparison really should be about, okay, what your comparison should really be about what your potential is, right? Let's turn the page. Let's move forward. This team has tremendous potential. There are leaders on this team. This team has grown as a unit over the past 6 months, and it's just a really, 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 really keen, awesome opportunity for us tonight to build a new brand with the 2025 Broncos.
1,046 people watching this right now all over the world. Any final words to Bronco Nation here, Cody?
Bronco Nation, we love you. It's such a blessing to be a part of this. I can see some of these people 4 years ago I would just call friends and family, and
Cody,
and now they're brothers and sisters. I see Jordan on here. Yep.
Gottler.
That's right. I don't know what my last name is half of these days. Gottler. That's awesome. No, I mean, seriously, though, what an honor it is to be a part of this, guys. It's a dream come true. Year number 5 already. And just want to thank Bronco Nation for their support. We'll see you next Friday.
Enjoy the game. Appreciate it, Cody.
Right, thanks, BJ.
Thanks a lot. Cody Goggler does a tremendous job helping out Boise State. We appreciate him for joining us here. I hope you guys let us know if you can hear us okay, see us okay. We've got the setup here for the pregame show live on the field. We got a football here. They kicked someone, tried to hit us with a football or something here. We've got an official Boise State football here, so we'll see who needs it, and we'll throw it back to him. Was that a punter? They got the kickers and punters over there doing their thing. Some of the players are coming out here. Let's see if we can bring the camera up a little closer and show some of the players warming up. We got some of the early warm-ups going on. We'll get a little closer here. See some of the players coming out. This is the Lithia Florida Boise pregame show. Bronco Nation news. The Starlink is working pretty well. Hope you guys can hear me okay, see me okay. It's a pretty nice wind that's actually keeping it pretty cool here. Here's a football that, there you go. Okay, no one's looking at me. I'm going to hang on to the football a little longer, I guess. Boise State in the blue pants. We got a Marion McCoy over here on the side. Franklin Johnson Jr. right here. Some of the DBs warming up on this side of the field. You guys just want to watch the warm-ups. You don't need to hear me talking here. I'm going to get a drink of water. This is quite the situation down here on the field with the heat. But there's a really nice stiff breeze. I don't know if you can hear it or not in my microphone. I'm actually going to mute the other microphone for a second. Jeremiah Irby, number 2 there right next to McCoy. Well, the second one in line, number 6. You got Devon Banks, Mickey, the Notre Dame transfer. A lot of the DBs right here warming up. Our clock is at 77 minutes. 77 minutes from kickoff. Nate Potter, the OC, walking by here. Boise State offensive coordinator Nate Potter. Boise State's coach is going all black for this one. They'll be matching well with South Florida. They're going all black as well. But Boise State brought down a few 10-by-10 tents for a little bit of shade. Some of those may be blocking the seats here. We'll have to see on that. But we're going to have athletic director Jeremiah Dickey from Boise State coming on in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Is anybody watching from Uncle Bob's Pizza? Let us know if you're watching from Bob's Pizza. 407 of you watching on YouTube right now. Give us a like. Love seeing that. Give us a like on YouTube. Help us out. Give us a like, a YouTube subscription if you can. And don't forget, today, 75% off, BroncoNationNews.com. 75% off. You can get a subscription to Bronco Nation News, $26.85. That's right, $26.85. A full year of coverage. Bronco Nation News, bronconationnews.com. I'll tell you what, with this wind, it is pretty nice out here. It is hot, but it is not nearly as bad as it could have been given the heat. Marion McCoy staring down a couple of guys here on South Florida as they walk by. Blue pants going to look nice with the white jerseys and the white helmets on this green field. This is a grass field. Boise State practiced pretty much all fall camp on the grass practice field, knowing that they'd be playing this first game on grass. And they've got different pairs of cleats with them. Grass appears to be in pretty good shape. I know they had some issues with the NFL game, the grass getting laid down kind of late. But so far, it looks like everybody's here and accounted for. Don't see anyone missing. We don't have all of the linemen and big folks out here yet. They'll come in the next group. These are all the skill position players. They're going to bring it in right there behind the end zone. I want to thank a couple of our great sponsors while we have a check-in. We couldn't have Bronco Nation News without the support of our sponsors, so we really appreciate all of our sponsors. We're going to hear from Jeremiah Dickey shortly, but I want to thank rowpaint.com, our title sponsor, Andy Rowe and Company, rowpaint.com. Our title sponsor, all your painting needs, those concrete coatings, interior, exterior painting. Hit up our title sponsor. That's Andy Rowe and rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. They're back in the fold with Learfield and Boise State. They got their logo inside, outside the stadium. We appreciate ICCU. They're in the NIL, so best bank in the business. Make the switch today. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. Hey, Taco Bell, they got some great new food specials and deals going on right now. Get on out to Taco Bell. Get those chicken and steak street chalupas, the Chipotle Ranch grilled steak burrito, and they have crispy chicken strips. How about that? Check them out at a local Taco Bell location, and get your trading cards. Get your trading cards at Jackson's. Jackson's has you covered with the trading cards, $12.99, and we'll see if Breezy Dubar or Latrell Caples can get in the end zone. If Latrell Caples scores, Jackson's pours. You get a 49-cent fountain drink on Monday when Latrell Caples, if he can find the end zone. The Blue and Orange Store, we talked to Cody about it, theblueandorangestore.com. Check out theblueandorangestore.com. The Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. All your Boise State gear, order anywhere in the world online at theblueandorangestore.com. And Lithia, Florida, Boise, their fall kickoff sale is here. The fall kickoff sale from Lithia Ford of Boise. Lithia Ford Boise, lithiafordboise.com. We appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News. Getting our next video queued up here. It is there we go. Sorry, folks. It's I can barely see my screen, and I couldn't find out where the situation was. But hey, we're gonna have Jeremiah Dickey come in 6 minutes. All right. Well, let's hear from the Boise State's players and coaches talking about South Florida. The matchup with South Florida. You see behind me, Boise State is some of their players have gone back into the locker room. We'll bring you more live video when they take the field. But let's hear from Boise State players and coaches talking about Byron Brown, their quarterback, and that fast-tempoed offense for South Florida.
A really good football team we're playing game one. I mean, thank the world of South Florida. And I told our team, I think I'm going to be one of the most talented teams we see all year. We're going to play some talented teams. I put South Florida right up there with everybody we play, from team speed to physicality to schematically to just overall roster. I mean, Coach Golish has done a phenomenal job building that roster. I mean, seeing what he's done in the time he's been at South Florida, I mean, back-to-back bowl game wins. I mean, he's played everybody in the country. Really proud of what he's done at South Florida, man. So we know what we're going to get from them. We're going to get their best, and we know that they're a really, really good football team and one of the best football teams we're going to see all year. I mean, their quarterback, number 17, Brown, he will be one of the best football players we see all year on either side of the ball. Not even just talking one of the best quarterbacks we see. He's one of the best football players we will see in the 2025 season. Have a ton of respect for him. Have done a lot of research on him kind of over the summertime, getting to know more about him. Man, I got a lot of respect for the young man. I mean, his character, how he leads. He gets a lot of credit in regards to how he runs the ball, which he should. He can make every throw now, too. I mean, he is big, strong. I mean, he's an NFL quarterback. We will see him play on Sundays here soon. He's earned that. I mean, he's a leader, how he speaks. I mean, he grabs your attention in his interviews. We got our hands full with 17.
Everything revolves around him. He's super athletic, big kid. And we're just really excited to play him. They built the whole offense around him, high-tempo offense. And so it's a challenge for our defense, no doubt. And that's what we're looking forward to, building off of that, making sure that we contain him in the pocket leverage as well as when he pulls the rock and it's for him. So, yeah, I mean, if he wants to run the ball, that's awesome. That's what they're going to do. And we need to make sure we keep him contained as well as making sure we're taking our shots on him. Legal, obviously, but if he wants to pull it, like we got to make sure we're staying on top of that.
Exceptional athlete. You got to go back and watch the season before 23 and then the first part of 24. But I think you go back to 23 to kind of get a real feel of him, where he was hitting his stride at the end of the season right there. When he's in the game, you're playing 11-on-11 football. You always have to account for him in every run game. You have to account for him to scramble in the pass game. He's got a big arm. He's a big, much bigger body than a lot of the mobile quarterbacks are. I think he's 6'3 plus. He's 230 pounds plus. He's an impressive athlete on film.
Yeah, I think just being able to really keep the pocket leverage as a front, because he is going to want to get out of the pocket basically every single play. So being able to know our pocket leverage and keep that very tight, and then just being able to attack his motors, go for his legs, because he is a bigger guy. So not tackling high, tracking the near hip is going to be very important.
When you're playing one of the, an elite football player, which I would really put Brown in that mix, you got to have answers. You got to have schematic answers. You have to make sure your defense and whoever you're going is very aware of who you're playing. But you also got to give yourself grace. They're going to make some plays, man. I mean, Brown's going to get his plays. He's an elite football player. There's not one schematic answer that can take him away. I don't care who you are. I mean, he's an elite football player. He's a 3-year starter and has put up yards on everybody he's played because he's elite at what he does. So we just got to stay in the fight. We got to keep our focus. They're going to get their plays. We're going to get ours. We got to stay in it, and we got to find ways to slow him down.
I think we talked a little bit about how he's similar to Mateer a little bit, just in terms of athleticism. I think he's a bigger kid, but yeah, very talented kid. They're doing really well with him at quarterback the first 3 games that he was starting last year. So I know him coming back is a huge piece for our offense, and we need to make sure that we keep him contained and just eliminate explosives.
I'd say Mateer as well. I think they're very similar in the way they play. They're both extremely strong in the run game as well as throwing the ball, just really good dual athletes and dual threat quarterbacks. So I think Mateer is probably a good example of what we played last year for sure.
Obviously getting the line to tempo, and they do a really good job of sometimes the tempo teams are, they're in 1 or 2 formations. They do a really good job of having some motions, having formations. They'll get in unbalanced, so we've had to work a lot of unbalanced stuff. They can get in a bunch. They can do a lot of things at high speed, which is impressive. And then the other thing is, like, they can have quarterback runs where the normal quarterbacks runs where it's read zone and those kind of things. And there's also some quarterback generated runs where it's quarterback counter, it's quarterback power, where he is the designated ball carrier. So you have to working very hard on those quarterback runs, all the different styles. And they do a very good job of getting him plays that he can be successful at. And then also, they obviously use those big splits, so we've had to work a lot on those because they can isolate receivers and or just get you in kind of man coverage in any defense you have.
They're going fast. They can't have a super large playbook. It's very condensed. There are a lot of cheats, and you just got to see it quick. So it's not like they're going to be doing anything special in terms of scheme. They're going to try to beat us with their tempo. And so making sure we get our cleats in the ground, we're ready to go, we have our communication, and let the chips fall where they may and play football. If we don't do that, which we've seen on film with a lot of teams, yeah, we'll get our butts kicked. But that's how their operation is. That's how they build their offense. And so getting our cleats in the ground, getting our communication, getting rolling is the most important part.
I think that's going to be one of the biggest challenges for sure, just being able to get back to the ball, get the play, get our cleats in the ground every single play. But I think we're going to do a very good job at that. We've been practicing it a lot, so I think just continue to practice that, prepare for that. But I think that's going to be one of the biggest challenges for sure.
And then, I mean, their offensive line will be one of the best offensive line units we see all season. I mean, veteran offensive line group. There's a mentality about their offensive line. They work together. They impose their will on defenses. And then you throw the tempo in on that. I mean, there's a lot of clips where there's a defensive front can't even get lined up against them. And then when they do, this offensive line punches them in the mouth. I mean, I have a lot of respect for the mentality with which they train their fronts. And then schematically, how they use every inch of the field. I mean, Coach Goggler has been doing this for a long time. The tempo, the speed, the splits, all the different run schemes, all the different motions that you got to deal with. I mean, our defense has their hands full, and that's why I've been very open about them, about the task at hand. And it all starts with number 17. I mean, once again, one of the best players we will see all year on either side of the ball, and he's going to make his plays. I told our defense, like, he's going to make his plays. Those elite players, they're going to make their plays. We just got to stay consistent and keep our focus, especially with the tempo and all the things outside from the travel. I know without question that is going to be a packed house on Thursday night. That's happening, right? Can't control that. Can't control the weather. We can control our prep. We know offensively what they're going to do to us.
You know, we've been okay in the past. I don't know if we were great. You know, there's been. All right, back live. They turned the music loud as they've opened the gates now, so let us know if you can hear us okay. But by the way, shout out Uncle Bob's Pizza. You guys are watching us live at Uncle Bob's. Make some noise there at Uncle Bob's and go over and see Chris V. They'll give you a free beer, I think, if you're a paid subscriber. But Jeremiah Dickey, athletic director at Boise State, stopping by for a few minutes. I would say how you doing, but it's game day, and so I know you're doing great.
Yeah, shout out to Uncle Bob's and Burke, and we love Uncle Bob's. So well done. I'm glad you set that up. I probably go there 3 times a week, so excited about that. Yeah, it's game day, BJ. Like, we've been planning. It's one season now, and this season started last season. Renewals and all the work, the team behind the team, everything that everyone has been doing, and it leads to this moment, and everything's ahead of us. It's ahead of South Florida. We're all undefeated. Obviously, we're ranked this year. We have high expectations, and pressure's a privilege. I'm excited.
What was the conversations like when this game was moved to Thursday, and then and did you know initially that meant 3:30, Mountain Time? I know some fans were a little disappointed in that. I know if you're a Boise State fan, by and large, you're going to find a way to find this
100%.
game. But a little bit of a unique start time on a Thursday here.
It is unique, but look, we're the first game, I believe. We're on ESPN. First game of week 1. Yeah. I know we have 0 week.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about their administration. They're going through an AD change, but Mike was awesome. Their administration's been awesome. That's just part of the industry. You have these relationships, and I understand it. It's television, and I also understand and am empathetic to the fans. It's probably not ideal for our people back in Boise and Bronco Nation in general, but this is what it is. It gives us an opportunity to play on a national televised broadcast, and we're excited.
At work, not working is what people are saying on there. Yeah. So they found a way to watch. There we
go.
But you guys don't get on ESPN as much anymore, so that's an opportunity you got to take it.
Absolutely. And with what we did last year, anytime we can tell our story, especially on a broadcast like that, and playing a counterpart that, I follow, I love what they're doing with their on-campus stadium, and they're also looking at entertainment district. I'm a competitor, and so I love this game. Not ideal going this far east, but it is what it is. This is the hand we've been dealt. You
and the coaching staff going all, you kind of setting the tone here, all
whatever.
black.
It's hot, whatever. It's always hot.
I'm making sure. I'm a little worried about the computer overheating here, so we're just making sure we're still on here. But what is the feeling like for you, the athletic director? Just all this work. We got you work the plan the work.
Yeah.
But to be 8 months, 250 days, whatever it is, and now be 61 minutes and 20 seconds from kickoff. What's the feeling like for you?
Honestly, I get nervous. I'm a process-oriented guy, and you get to this moment, and I do believe our team, whether our student athletes, our staff, I believe everyone has done everything they possibly can to prepare for what's next. And and now you have to go out and do it. And so there's some nerves involved. Every game matters to us, and I say it a lot. Everything counts. Everything matters. And so I'm really excited to see our guys perform. I know they're tired of beating up on each other, and South Florida is a good program, and ready to kick this ball off.
Everybody, all these games, a lot of these were scheduled before you even took over as the athletic director. But I keep getting asked why are they on the road to open the season every year? Why are they down south every year to open the season? And I think you guys have at least 2-3 more years where you open on the road again.
Yeah.
Not all down south, but do you like that? What is the philosophy of the department? Like I said, I know you weren't a part of a lot of these, but
for sure,
opening up on the road as opposed to home. And then do you think previously there was any kind of method to opening up in the south, or was it just random how those were the opponents, or how do you explain all this?
I'm guessing there was strategy. There's always strategy. Now, I may not always agree with the strategy, but people don't agree with my strategy, so I get it. I'm not judging. I think there was this want and desire to play American teams, and and that's not necessarily bad. It's just going east of the Mississippi. It's a long flight, and why we're opening up on the road versus at home. There's some positives to opening up on the road. We get an extra week to push season tickets. We want to sell out 6 games, and we want to drive that home. But I also know that once you start that domino, it's hard to stop. So when you look at the home and away, if we're going to start somewhere on the road and then it's home the next year and vice versa, and you're constantly trying to play catch up. So I think I have a good – I believe we've wrapped our hands around, what we're doing and why we're scheduling the way we are, and trying to fix some of the things that maybe I wouldn't have done. And once again, no judgment. Everyone handles it differently. But, as we look to the future, we'd love to start off at home. I'm indifferent. There's 6 games, 6 home games. I don't care when we play them. I expect
already. All your home games are nearing a sellout, but just the excitement level to get back home. And it's going to be a little different season at home this year with the North End Zone project and everything, but I know you guys are excited about getting home next week.
I'm excited for Bronco Nation to see the North End Zone facility. They've made so much progress, and so that's going to be really cool. Obviously, 6 games, 6 sellouts. We will sell out every game this year. I believe we're over 93% is the lowest one so far, but others are at 96, 97, 98, 99%. And that's really exciting. You plan the work the plan, and our team has gone to work. Bronco Nation has stepped up. They've heard the call to action, and they're doing a lot of work for us. And I'm excited to have the, get back on the blue. I mean, the last time we were on the blue was for that Mountain West championship, and that's a memory I'll never forget. And that's the goal this year, is to get back to that moment.
By the way, the new goalposts you guys put in, those are like the highest goalposts I've ever seen. I mean, those might be NFL. They look similar to. I mean, these might be hot. Those are pretty. Everyone wants to make jokes about the Nevada goalposts back in the day not being tall enough, but you guys put in some tall ones.
No, Nate and our football program, they did a bunch of work on that and research, and we want to. I mean, those goalposts were old, so we want to come into the 21st century, and that's important to us.
All good still. Okay, they can still see us and hear us okay. The CW, tell us about the CW and the Pac-12 and getting them involved. I know that was a big announcement that I know on the surface a lot of people are like, they're still building that reputation as a spot to go. But I mean, in terms of, we know all the bullet points, but in terms of the, amount of homes it's in, it's as good as anybody.
We're in 100% of homes. I mean, that's what we want. And we're a national brand, and it's important for us to have that platform. CW's been a great partner for the Pac-12. You look at the numbers that Oregon State, Washington State have produced over the last 2 years, and they were doing really well. And it's because of that partnership. You got to lock arms, and CW's in the foxhole along with CBS. And when you look at the 100% of homes that we're going to be in, and we're not finished, we're following a very specific strategy, and Octagon has killed it. But that's part of the process. And I'm really excited for men's and women's basketball and football and what it's doing for women's basketball, and to have all of our championships for those 3 on a national broadcast. That's important. And not many conferences can say that. And we want to continue to tell our story and represent Bronco Nation.
So I know you can't get specifics, but I know you guys have a plan, you got this all going, but what's kind of still obviously there's going to be at least one more TV partner or streaming partner has to be announced. I know there's still the possibility of teams. I mean, you got to figure out a schedule.
Right.
I mean, what is kind of on the to-do list still here for the Pac-12?
I think the schedule is one thing. We know in 26 that there's some things to navigate. We're phasing in, obviously, the media partners, and so there's more work to be done there. We have a lot of balls in the air. I've said this before. We've inherited a brand and a very powerful brand in the Pac-12, but we are creating a new conference. And this is a new chapter, and we get to approach things differently, and that means there's a lot of opportunity. And that's what really excites me, the other ADs, and working with our Pac-12 leadership. It's always what's next. They very much live by that mentality. I'm really grateful for Teresa and her team, and we have more work to do ahead.
What is the maybe you can't say this, but is there a chance you guys just have to play a team twice and have it be a non-conference game or something?
I think potentially. I mean, you look at it like, yeah, that could be a potential option. But I also know the SEC went to 9 games, and that may open up some opportunities. There's still a lot ahead of us.
Okay. I also got another question I've really wanted to know that has nothing to do with this game. But
good.
The UFL, there was a report that originally came out that Boise, Idaho was getting a UFL team.
Yeah.
What can you say about what – I know you're talking about trying to generate more revenue and stuff. I personally think in a town like Boise, Idaho, spring football could do really well personally. But what conversations were there? Is that still an option in the future? What can you tell us about the UFL?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into specifics, but we are always going to look at opportunities to benefit us and our community. And the UFL would be one of those things that I think there's a mutual win-win that would be of value. With that being said, there's still a lot of moving pieces, and that's not something that I'm in a position right now, but I promise as we move forward, we're running out every ground ball. And whether, when we talk about special events and what we've done with concerts, and there's so many different opportunities, and we are making these calls daily, Cody and Nate and our collective team, we're making these calls daily to see what can we drive to the blue and what is going to be a value. We are the front porch of Idaho. What's going to be a value for our community? And I think that aligns.
Final question or two here for Jeremiah Dickey, Boise State Athletic Director. What is kind of on your maybe it's Pac-12 stuff, maybe it's moving to East Side. I mean, I know you're always thinking kind of 3 moves ahead. What's kind of on your to-do list or wish list, or what's kind of when you have your whiteboard back in your office? Yeah. I mean, what's kind of next for you here?
So one, Pac-12, that's constant. I'm also trying to stay ahead of what's happening in our industry. You look at the Scores Act, you look at what Group of 6 is and Power 4, and I've been very vocal on that, and it bothers me. So I'm trying to stay ahead of that with my colleagues and various people in our industry, because I want us to be ahead of the curve, and I'm always thinking about what's next. I've talked about the east side of the stadium. We have to create more assets. I need to create more revenue for our department in a sustainable model. So that's top of mind. And then also Extra Mile. We need Extra Mile to be a revenue producer for us. And it has been. We've sold out season tickets. We need to do more in that space. And I think there's a lot of opportunity there, including adding premium space and doing the Ox Gym and try to help Gordy and Leon from a recruiting standpoint, but also volleyball and moving volleyball over to Extra Mile. That is on top of my mind.
Oh, wow. That'd be cool.
And trying to create the best possible fan experience. We're selling out a lot of our Olympic sport venues. How do we add more? And so you look at soccer. We're in standing room only. And so how do we add more seats in soccer? How do we add more in volleyball? How do we drive more attendance in gymnastics? They had their highest attendance last year. So there's a lot ahead of us, and it's always what's next.
There's 1,401 people watching all over the world right now. What's your kind of final message 45 minutes from kickoff to Bronco Nation here?
It's 1-0 mentality. That's what I live by. This is the only game that's been on my radar all offseason. Really proud of our team, proud of Bronco Nation and everyone who stepped up. We've had a great run on Lyle Smith lately, and we just announced $1 million, a $1 million donation. There's more coming, and I'm just so grateful and to be a Bronco and proud to be a Bronco and what I get to represent. And thank you to everyone listening. Thank you, everyone at Uncle Bob's. Go Broncos, 1-0. What's next?
Appreciate it, man. Jeremiah Dickey.
Thank you, BJ.
Boise State Athletics
Thanks for being
Director.
here.
Yeah, appreciate it. Jeremiah Dickey, appreciate him for joining us. We're going to have Kent Riddle joining us remotely in a minute as well. I'm going to make sure my computer's not overheating here. We're going to take a quick 2-minute timeout. We're going to thank a couple of our great sponsors. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. We got plenty to go. Show you the players. They're starting to take the field for warm-ups. We'll show you that live. Back in 2 minutes. Lithia Ford of Boise pregame show live from Raymond James Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place? A taco place? Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with a room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cars are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's.
Start collecting them today.
Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
Back here live at Raymond James Stadium, getting you set for Boise State, South Florida in the season opener. The Broncos taking the field live. Look at warmups here. We should have had our camera with a zoom. We couldn't get that to work, so I apologize, but we're doing the best we can here. White helmets, white jerseys, blue pants. And I'm not kidding, folks. The back of my computer screen is hot as can be, and it could at any time decide to go out on us here. So I apologize in advance if it does. But we're playing in Mother Nature here and doing the best we can here. Dylan Riley right here taking a return as the Broncos going through some kick return, punt return right now. Sire Gaines getting a punt return right here. Wouldn't that be something to see Sire Gaines get unleashed on a punt return for Boise State in this one? By the way, why don't we show folks the pirate ship here while we have a shot? I know my kids are excited to see the pirate ship today. There it is. There's the pirate ship in the end zone. Sire Gaines walking by us right here. Riddle going to be joining us shortly. And maybe he can take over for the rest of the show if my computer ends up overheating and dying. Boise State again going in the white jerseys, white helmets, blue pants. I like the look, to be honest. And there is a serious breeze. The kicking game and even the passing game could be a little interesting today. Just very nice breeze, keeping it somewhat cool for the time being. Jarrett Reeser is working on kickoffs over here, so I wonder if Jarrett Reeser is going to be your kickoff man. You can see Boise State warming up on the court, field behind us. Here comes some more of the linemen, some more players taking the field. We'll pan the camera down that way. We are T-minus 46 minutes from kickoff. Boise State and South Florida here on the Lithia Boise pregame show. See some of the Broncos here on the field. Which direction is the wind blowing? The wind is blowing actually from south to north, it looks like, right towards the pirate ship. Right towards the pirate ship is where the wind is blowing, it looks like, from we've got some linebackers coming over here. Let us know your final score predictions. Where are you watching from? Give us your shout outs. Where are you watching from? What's your score prediction? Let us know. Amazon cooling off laptop pads for $16. I may need to get that. It's actually the back that I'm more worried about. The back of my laptop, not the bottom. The bottom's actually okay. It's the back with the screen. See some of the defensive backs going through workouts. Someone watching from Breezy's hometown has 31-24. Watching from Uncle Bob's. All right, that's what we like to hear. Just got some injury updates for Boise State. There is one player out today, and that is number 1, Breezy Dubar. Breezy Dubar out for today's game due to an injury, so no Breezy Bundle today. He is out for Boise State today. This one. See some of Boise State's offensive players catching some passes over there. Again, sorry we don't have the Zoom. We had a camera with a Zoom, and for some reason when we were setting it up, it didn't want to work. And that was at the same time that we were getting moved from one side to the other. I almost got in a fight with somebody from South Florida. So we're doing the best we can here in extremely hot conditions. And we're doing the best we can here to try to bring you this coverage. Never goes perfectly according to plan. I'm not sure they would let me put up a big 10-foot tent right here on the sideline, to be honest with you, but not a bad idea. So Ty Benefield right in front of you here catching a pass. Marion McCoy running by. Kent Riddle's there. I think Riddle's ready now. I can see him in there. Kent Riddle, how we doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. I'm going to show the field full screen here, we'll throw you in as well. But we're live on the field in South Florida. It is hot. What are your, as a former coach, former player, these last kind of 45 minutes till kickoff when the team's out here warming up, taking the field now, what are kind of the emotions going through the minds of these players and coaches at this point?
Just fired up to get to kickoff at this point. As dumb as it sounds, like you've practiced. So at this point, it's just like trying to get there and get going.
What's your what are you most excited about for this season here? Obviously, a lot of excitement about this team. What for you as a former coach and had your son on the team and as a Bronco? What has you excited most about the 2025 Broncos here?
Just watching these guys prove themselves and show how good this team this year can be, and maybe put last year behind them. So Rossa there, he's ready to go. All right. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think one of the things that'll be seen with these guys is the depth they have on the lines, both offense and defense. New guys stepping up, making plays.
I know you're the eternal Rid, but is there one area or question mark you still have about this team, or a spot on this team that you maybe don't feel quite as good about, or that you're hoping to see some answers for here in this first game?
No. I mean, I've seen enough of the practice to know they're pretty good at all positions. It's funny. The one thing everybody always brings up, well, one thing on offense, one thing on defense, one thing on special teams, everybody always brings up, right? It's on offense, it's always the offensive line. If every play's not great, the O-line screwed up. On defense, every big pass is the corner's fault or the DB's fault, whatever. And on special teams, anything that goes wrong is, probably on the kicker or the coach, one of the two. The reality is it's not that. So, everybody's worried about, can the secondary hold up? Well, we're going to give up some big plays in the pass game. I promise you that, because our guys are out there on an island a lot. There's a lot of pressure coming. And, I think that paid off last year in terms of the number of sacks. But we're going to give up some big plays. You're not going to win them all. I mean, watch the best corners in the game at any level, and you're going to give up a pass play here and there. So, as much as, hey, the first drive of the game, they might hit a big pass. That's not indicative that our corners are terrible or whatever. Not at all. On offense, if the quarterback takes a sack, sometimes that is on the quarterback. You got to get rid of the ball. All that stuff. And then the special teams, I was actually thinking today, based on what I've seen in practice, I would expect, the punt and the coverage and all that to be way better with this year's operation. So I'm excited for those guys to go out and show that.
In a first game, Rid, I mean, I know everyone always mentions tackling, but in a first game, what are keys in a first game, things you have to kind of overcome here?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're always going to evaluate the tackling on defense and special teams. You're going to evaluate, were we physical enough up front on offense? And when I say up front, I'm not talking about just the O-line and tight ends, but, were the receivers physical at the point of attack? And then, how I think mostly what you're looking for, though, is how do we function with the stuff we know we can control, like getting in and out of the huddle, getting lined up, shifts and motions. On defense, did we communicate? Did we line up to all the different formations? Are we getting the calls relayed? Again, in communication. But and on special teams, like, is everybody out there that's supposed to be out there? Are they lined up correctly and executing their assignment? And I think that's what you're looking at initially. And then, hey, how do we respond to adversity? Because that's going to happen, whether it be one play or a quarter or whatever. Coach Miley doesn't think it's hot out there. Look at that. He's got
oh my gosh, he's got a sweatshirt and another shirt on top of the sweatshirt. My goodness.
Yeah.
By the way, Rid, Colt Fulton is living his best life. He's got a shirtless, he's got a sleeveless shirt on and like a 24-ounce Corona can that he's just in the stands here in the front row, just kind of talking to his buddies, and he just kind of toasted a beer up to somebody over on the field. So shout out Colt Fulton, who's in the house watching this one.
No, very good. Yeah, so I think those are the things you're looking at, but there's going to be some adversity in this game, and how do they respond to it? It's not going to last long, but I think that's what you're looking for.
Rid, just in terms of the expectations of this team, back in the top 25 to start the season for the first time in a while, you win this game, it really sets up nicely for them here moving forward. To try to go on a winning streak and stay ranked and really be relevant here. But if you lose this game, you're playing a little bit of catch-up. I mean, I know every game's important, every game you want to win, but it does seem like this first game is a big one to kind of set the tone for this season here.
Yeah, and I think that's for every season. I really do. The first game obviously sets the tone. So is it important? Yeah. I mean, is it the end of the world? No. I mean, there's definitely playoff implications and all that stuff, but I think there's plenty of opportunity to bounce back. I even think, to last year, the final four teams, unless I'm mistaken. Or Notre Dame made it to the Final 8, right? Did they make Final 4?
They were in the championship game.
Oh, that's right. Jeez. That's the Final 2. But they did lose to Northern Illinois, did they not?
They did lose at home to Northern Illinois last year, yes.
Yeah. So, and they certainly don't have an easy path as an independent. So, I guess my point being, one game is one game, and no matter what happens, you can rebound. So, but yeah, I mean, I think the more important part is Boise State probably would like to take this opportunity to show their, dominance at the Group of 5 level.
Well, Rid, it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to having you involved in the post-game shows again at home. And I know you had a great episode the other night of Riley and Rid. So we appreciate you for jumping on here on the pregame show and looking forward to another fun season watching this team. And that'll start here on ESPN in about 30 minutes.
Absolutely. Fired up. Go Broncos.
There he is, Kent Riddle. Appreciate him for joining us. A live look here as the Boise State football team on the field warming up. Here's the edge position right now. Look at Jabril Frazier firing these guys up. Hope you guys are enjoying the coverage here. Exclusive coverage here, Bronco Nation News. Subscribe if you can. You got 35 minutes till kickoff. We're going to have 5-6 post-game articles that are going to be for subscribers after the game. You got to be a paid subscriber, and right now, 75% off. 75% off. And that means $26.85 gets you a full year of coverage. Full year at BroncoNationNews.com for $26.85. You won't miss any of our post-game, pre-game coverage. Boise State coverage all season long. I think our guys are at Uncle Bob's getting ready to chime in. If they're ready, they can give me a thumbs up here. I can't tell you. See, they're there. We may be pulling off some all right, we're going to give a shot here. Let's go to Uncle Bob's in Meridian and bring on the crew. How we doing, boys? Can you guys hear us? How we doing, boys?
We're doing good. How you
doing
good?
good? We're doing good, man. Set the scene for us at Uncle Bob's, guys. Set the scene for us.
We're doing well. How you doing, BJ?
We're doing great. I guess there's a little bit of a delay or something going on, but let us know what the scene is like at Uncle Bob's. And we got crowd in the background.
Fans here. They're all up. Let's hear it.
Give us your keys to the game here, guys. You can take it away for a couple minutes. Chris, take it away for a couple minutes here. And why don't you guys each maybe talk through some of your quick keys to this game and just your excitement level for this season here. Can you guys?
Yeah, I'll toss it over to Michael Callahan here. He's the former player. Give us some keys to the game, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. I think on defense, biggest thing for them is going to be weathering. Yeah, we got you. So I think the biggest thing is just going to be for our defense. You know, they're going to be a high-tempo offense. They're one of the fastest teams in the country in terms of in-between snaps. I think it's about 11 to 12 snaps. So getting lined up, being ready before the snap's going. We're going to have to worry about the QB run game for sure. They can contain this quarterback. That's key to the game on defense for sure. Offense, stick to what's worked in the past. Got to establish the run early. Exciting game.
On offense, right? Need to establish the run. Boise State, I think they're better in the trenches, particularly on offense in this one. The big key for me defensively, in this veer and shoot scheme, they're going to take up space. The goal is to be able to get light boxes and run the ball. Boise State has to be able to stop the run with light boxes. They have 5 guys in the box, 6 guys in the box to be able to stop the run. If Boise State does that, I really like their chances.
I totally agree with you, and I think there's got to be a consistent run stop too, because I think as soon as we get out of the gates, they're going to be able to stop the run early and often. But as the game wears on, like we were talking about, their tempo offense, as they get tired, as they get worn out, because they are in Tampa, it's going to be hot. I just want to say they respond as the game goes on. If they can maintain consistent run defense the whole game, I think it's Boise State's.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I found very interesting from last year's game in the 3 losses the Byron Browns played in, he had either under 200 passing yards or under 50 rushing yards. You need to make him one-dimensional. You can make him a passer, you can make him a runner, but if he can kill you both ways, I think it'll be a struggle for Boise State.
Completely agree with you. I think first and foremost, like we were talking about, stop the run early and often. Biggest thing on defense, and then from there, excited to see the secondary take a big step forward this year. Excited to let the country see how much better they got, and it's gonna be an exciting game. Yeah.
Callahan, what's this like for you?
Back to you in Florida.
Callahan, what's this like for you, man? Watching these guys warming up out here, less than 30 minutes from kickoff. I mean, they're in the final warm-ups here. What's this like for you watching this and take this into the players' minds right now of less than 30 minutes till kickoff here?
Well, I'll tell you what. I called my parents earlier and I said, "Sorry for putting you guys through this for 6 years because this sucks." I mean, right now, you know, you're getting your final preparation right now. You're getting through the end of the warm-ups, as you can see on the camera up there. I think that these guys are ready to go, ready to cut it loose. I mean, you went through this whole off season, whole fall camp, getting ready to roll for this moment right here. It's ready to go. So, you know, in their mindsets right now, I know these guys are ready to go. So.
Well, we appreciate you guys. Looks like you're having a good time there, and enjoy some pizza. Enjoy a couple cold ones on BNN. Hopefully we get a big crowd out there, guys, and we'll try to get your halftime thoughts, and then obviously looking forward to the post-game show as well. But appreciate all three of you guys for being there and being part of this, and shout out to everybody there at Uncle Bob's, man. Should be fun, guys. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, BJ. Absolutely. Thank you.
There he is. We appreciate all those guys for jumping on. A little bit of a delay there, it looked like, but either way, we are appreciative of those guys and appreciate them for jumping on from Uncle Bob's. Hopefully everybody is at Uncle Bob's. If you're not there, you're missing out. A live look with less than minutes to go, 29-16 to be exact. Here's your quarterback, Maddox Madsen. Maddox Madsen getting ready to walk down here. You see your quarterback getting ready, Maddox Madsen, watching as some of the drills and things go on. Malik Sherrod, the Fresno State transfer. Boise State getting ready to head into the locker room. Going to have a punt and then a field goal, and then that's going to be it for Boise State for the final warm-ups. We set up right in the middle of the cheerleaders here for South Florida, so we got to get off the screen here pretty soon. Boise State getting ready to head in for the final time. We'll see if this field goal goes in or not. That has been a little worry for me going into this game. It's going to be Colton Boomer. He's going to attempt a 33-yarder here for the final kick. A 33-yarder for Colton Boomer. Ball is on the 20. The ball's on the 15. And we'll see if he can make a field goal here from dead on to send Boise State into the locker room as we get set for this one. Ball's down. Kick is up. And it splits the uprights. A 32-yard field goal is good for Colton Boomer. And the Broncos head out to get ready for the final time of the 2025 season. Hey, Snake River Pool and Spa Patio and Game, we appreciate them. Snake River Pool and Spa Patio and Game, whether it's a spa, a hot tub, pool table, you call it, they got you covered. Snake River Pool and Spa Patio and Game. Hey, Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. Shopridleys.com, save up to 40% off at the checkout line using that Skip app, shopridleys.com. Hey, Transportation Compliance Service, transcompservice.com. You can get into the trucking industry. We highly recommend it. They can help you every step of the way. Transcompservice.com. Hey, we want to hear from you on the postgame show. Speakpipe.com/BNN. The postgame show is going to be lit. Leave us your voicemails. Speakpipe.com/BNN. And it's brought to you by Signature Roofing. Online at mysignatureroofing.com. Whether it's a re-roof, a repair, an estimate, an inspection, they got you covered online at mysignatureroofing.com. And Bauscher Real Estate, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. You can check them out online, Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. And he's the best in the business, folks. Buy or sell your home from Matt and his team at Bauscher Real Estate. Hey, we got to get off here. It's almost kickoff time. Appreciate you guys for checking us out. Go subscribe to Bronco Nation News. I think I've lost about 10 pounds in sweat. We made it. The good old laptop made it. We didn't overheat. We survived. Appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Almost 2,000 of you have been tuned in watching this show live. The band's getting ready to take the field. Both teams have gone back to the locker room. We have 26 minutes on the clock, and we are super excited. So hope you enjoyed the show. Awesome show today. Thanks to Jay Tuss, Jeremiah Dickey, Cody Goggler. Shout out Mike Raines, our camera guy here helping out as well. And not a cloud in the sky, folks. Beautiful evening for football. Enjoy it. Have a cold one for me. Boise State and South Florida. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got you covered every step of the way at BroncoNationNews.com. Go subscribe. BNN, BroncoNationNews.com. Give this video a like on your way out. Subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bronco Nation News live from Raymond James Stadium. Enjoy the game, folks. We'll talk to you afterwards on the postgame show, BroncoNationNews.com.